Hey, how you doing? This is John Henry Sheridan, the Love Dinosaur. Like my hair? Yeah, just got up. It's kind of out of control. Maybe I'll shave it today. Anyway, so hope you're enjoying your day, your week, month, your year. I just want to have a little conversation with you about something that was on my mind. I just finished my prayers. I chant as a Buddhist, and I just came to me. I was watching a Billy Idol documentary last night, and I watched the Metallica Icon thing today. It just got me to think about my own life, and as I prayed, I dug deep into like my own life and as how I look at others and compare myself. So I call this video "The Futility of Comparison." So this is what I want to share. When I was young, teenager, even younger, Metallica was, see this wall? I had a wall like that at my home, and all Metallica posters. Just idolized them, really. There are other bands I like, but mainly it was Metallica. And I had a friend who played drums, and in my mind, I was James and he was Lars, and we were gonna like form a band because we started it, and we were gonna be, conquer the world similar to them. And I was blonde and he was brown hair, and I was at the time bigger than him. He was small. It was like it just made too much sense, But guess what? We didn't, conquer the world. We did form a band and we did rock out for a few years. But actually, as I got older and I learned a bit more about James Hetfield and more about Lars Ulrich of Metallica, I realized I'm not a heck of a lot like James at all. And my friend is not a heck of a lot like Lars. So, and even if we were, it wouldn't matter. Because James and Lars existed at a certain period of time. And their chemistry, they didn't have themselves as models. Like, oh, they're going to be like James and Lars. No, they were just operating on their own influences at that time. And so just the fact that we have somebody as a model, that in itself means that we can never actually be quite like them. So essentially what I'm saying is that we're all unique, and that when we compare ourselves to others, we're failing to see that we inherently must come from different circumstances. And especially if they're at a certain level of visibility in society that we're not at yet, that also means that they were looking at others who were at a certain level of visibility that were, different from themselves, or as role models who maybe I'm not looking at. For example, so if I say I'm like James Hetfield of Metallica, I'm failing to see that he was looking at Tony Iommi, or he was looking at these other guys. I'm not looking at those guys, I'm looking at him. So obviously I can't even be like him because he's himself and I'm copying. Okay, you kind of see what I'm getting at? It's a little hard to describe. But anyway, and then I remember there's a brief period in my, so then I watched the Billy Idol thing last night. There's a brief period around 2000. I was fronting a rock band, and I had bleach blonde hair, and it was spiky, and I had like probably this black t-shirt on. Hopefully it was a different t-shirt, but something that looked like this. I didn't have tattoos yet, but there was a little bit of a similarity to Billy Idol. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, I guess I'm a little like him. I see I was never a fan, by the way, but then I see the VH1 documentary yesterday. I'm like, I'm almost absolutely nothing similar to this guy at all. Almost nothing in common besides the fact that we both like rock music and have created it at some point in our lives. It's the only similarity I could see, So, why would I compare myself to him? Just because he looks cool. That was the only reason, and he was popular, Why would I compare myself to the guys in Metallica? Well, they were popular, they were visible, they were cool in my eyes, they looked like something I could relate to. So, and then there's like YouTubers that have YouTube channels that I aspire to be like, yet when I take a closer look, I'm either nothing like them, or even if I am a lot like them, my purpose on this earth is completely different from theirs anyway. So comparing myself to them usually only results in weird delusions or disappointment, because I'm not achieving, because of course you want to be like people that are a bit higher than you, always. And if you do actually get to their level, you probably change it to someone who's on a higher level that you want to be like. Or maybe you look at them differently, like, oh wow, that's the type of person he is or she is. So look, I'm saying, what I'm learning, comparing myself to others is really not very helpful. No, almost never. I mean, you might get some comfort, almost like the gossip level comfort of like, oh wow, his life sucks, so I'm doing pretty good compared to that. It's human nature if you compare. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm saying in my experience, it's just futile. It doesn't result in anything useful unless we compare ourselves to ourselves. That's the only valuable comparison I've ever made, is how much more evolved or how much have I grown since this time in the past? Or do I look healthier than I did at another time in my life? Or am I happier? Or am I more, do I feel stronger? Do I feel, perhaps more wise than I did back then? Like, am I more secure in my decisions now than I was? That is useful. And even still, it kind of doesn't matter that much either, because you still only have now to live in. But at least if you want to compare something, compare to yourself in the past. But don't compare to how much better it used to be, because that's an illusion too. Because you only have now. And now is going to constantly evolve. Now is just a constant evolution. So futility of comparing. Okay, that's my 2 cents. That's what I have to say today. It's a little long-winded as usual. Maybe one day I won't be long-winded. Who knows? But that's who I am for now. So this is John Henry Sheridan, the Love Dinosaur, just spreading a little philosophy, a little bit of sharing a little of my heart with you guys. If you find any value to it, please do leave a comment. Please be kind. Let's be kind to each other, and let's support each other to be the best, unique individual that we are. Okay, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.